Orrig, Chapter 6. Kirsten Stewart was not having a good morning. First, she had had to leave her brother at the care home. He'd had a short stay into hospital and was now back in a temporary respite. In previous years, Kirsten had always been assisted by extra help coming along throughout the day, or by dropping her brother into his club for adults with special needs. But the illness had become worse, causing him to have an attack, and now he needed to be observed for 24 hours at least, possibly longer. With her job, there was no way Kirsten could be with him, and so her brother had been placed into a respite home. It was definitely the best place for him, but it marked a worrying trend over the last year of incidents. With no other family, Kirsten was the sole carer for a long time for her brother, and she always knew that the possibility of him having to be taken on more by the state was there, but it was something she tried not to think about. With recent approaches made to her by those in the intelligence services looking to recruit her, family life had been occupying her mind a lot. How would her brother cope if he changed job? New paragraph. He seemed to like Inverness. He seemed to like the area. Whenever she took him out, either for walks or just simply to see the scenery and the shops, he seemed at peace. But his health was failing, and pretty soon she wouldn't be able to cope for him. It was coming. The only thing she didn't know was exactly when. New paragraph. After catching the flight from Inverness into Stornoway, Kirsten briefly dropped by the Stornoway station to announce her intentions. It was a courtesy call, just in case they got any reports of someone snooping around. For that was her purpose here, to snoop, to find out all about Angus MacLeod. Taking a hire car, Kirsten made her way out to an estate on the edge of Stornoway. It looked fairly rough, but certainly nothing to what she'd seen in Inverness. There were a number of interlinking courtyards, houses shoved together in rows. Occasionally, some of them were flats. Social housing at its finest, she thought. Why do they always look the drabbest areas? The walls were that rather pale colour. In Scotland, you knew the weather was not going to be wonderful for most of the year. So why didn't they make the houses brighter? There was that place down in the Isle of Mull, Tobermory, with its bright front by the sea. Maybe they should do their houses like that, Kirsten thought, as she parked up the car and made sure she locked it behind her. The crime rate in Lewis was not high, and maybe it was just that feeling of not knowing where you were. In saying that, Stuart had been here. She'd served 6 months on Lewis before being recruited by MacLeod, so the place was not completely new to her. Glancing at her piece of paper, she made her way to the flat of Angus MacLeod. which started with a door in a wall between two other flats. His was upstairs. And Stuart wondered the best way to get in. As she approached the front door, she was surprised to see it half open. Slowly she approached, listening, trying to hear if anyone was inside. When nothing was heard, she rapped the door with her hand. "Police! Anyone inside? This is the police. Please identify yourself." New paragraph. On hearing no sound, Stuart stepped inside, closing the door behind her. She saw that the lock had been broken, smashed through from the wood, but there was a chain, and she attached it to make sure the door would not open far. Beneath her feet were a number of bills and other letters, and she lifted them, stacking them carefully to one side. Slowly, she walked up the blue carpeted stairs, noting that the carpet was threadbare and several of the steps more than needing replacement. She reached the top of the stairs. She approached a large lounge with a TV on the far side that dominated the room. A number of bottles of liquor were on a sideboard, and there were still crisps on the floor. The man lived like some sort of pig, thought Stuart. And she made her way through that room to a small kitchen unit at the rear. The fridge was bare except for a few cans and some butter. While not having been tidied away, the kitchen was certainly clean. Not somewhere you would expect to see mice. And she made a quick check through all of the cupboards. There were more bills stacked up at the side of the kitchen sideboard, and running her way through them, she noted that none were in arrears. There was a lack of photographs, and Stuart made her way through to the bedroom of the small flat. There was a double bed, and on opening the wardrobe, she found a large number of modern clothes. Some were thrown on a ball at the bottom of the wardrobe, clearly ready for washing next time the owner returned. But she also saw a small box at the bottom of the wardrobe with a lock on it. The lock was a mere padlock, small and requiring a key. There was a table beside the bed, and on opening the small drawer there, Stuart located a key that seemed to be about the right size. She undid the padlock, putting it to one side and throwing back the lid of the small box. There were a number of DVDs inside, as well as some magazines. Taking them out, she realized the sort of magazines they were and replaced them in the box carefully. Obviously a single man, she thought, still getting his entertainment from magazines.